Hello, Contractors of Colorado. It is me, your host, Andrew Lavrins, here with another episode of the Contractors of Colorado podcast. Before we get started, as always, shout out to our sponsors. Thank you to the Business Foundry. Without you, I don't know what we'd be doing here. We're in your podcast room right now. We work out of this office every single day. It's our headquarters. You guys are incredible partners. If you need anything for your business, please come on into the Business Foundry. Ask for Contractors of Colorado. We're right here and we'll be happy to sit down and talk with you. Another shout out to the Builders Outlet. Thank you for everything that you do for our customer base. We've lately announced a new membership deal with the Contractors of Colorado membership. And in that deal, the Builders Outlet is giving discounts to our members. So if you don't know Builders Outlet, look them up. Material Supply in Denver, cabinets, doors, windows, and trim. So do not neglect reaching out to the Builders Outlet for your material supply. And then thank you to our lending partner, Lendio, another awesome announcement for us that we'll be giving more and more information on. But we have secured our own lending partner. He's a broker, so we can go and source any deals that you need for your business to get you guys some cash infusion or whatever else that you might need. So please come to us for anything that you might need. Contractors of Colorado, we're here to help you. Our guest today, Zak with Peakpoint Accounting. Zak, how are you, buddy?
Good. How about you, Andrew? How you doing?
Good, man. It's been fun to have you around the office here at the Business Foundry and just meeting the team, working with us on a daily basis. Contractors of Colorado, you are our accountant. Things have been going phenomenally. I can't say enough about the insights that you've stirred up for us, some of the reporting you've done for us. But before we dive into all of that, I want you to take a few seconds and just introduce yourself. Who are you as a person, Zak? What do you like to do?
Yeah, my name is Zak Manuszak. Basically, I kind of like just working with different people, entrepreneurs, all that type of stuff, people who have a vision and looking at stuff, because then you're able to learn something from each other. I like doing that outside of not just normal work, but actually meeting people, and then going from there to like just learning something new. You always learn something new from every person you meet. And what can that person teach you? So that's my main goal whenever I meet anybody in this world. Mm-hmm. If it's at the grocery store, if it's in a business environment, or say you're in a mountain town visiting, just looking at sites, and you run into a random person. I mean, you can meet a random person from a different country and learn something totally new. Yeah. So, I mean, that's my main goal in life, is just meeting new people, because you learn something new from everybody. So
awesome. And you're an entrepreneur yourself. We first got connected. You were doing the accounting work at Builders Outlet. Yep. Awesome. And I know you're an entrepreneur. So it's really great just to have you in this ecosystem, be around us and share your knowledge, but then also kind of work together with us and learn from us as well. So couldn't be more excited to have you around and in the office here helping out our clients. It's extremely convenient as well. If we're sitting down talking with somebody about marketing, we get to ask them, how are your books? Have you done your tax filing? What's your game plan for this? And their eyes go wide and we go, you're fine. Go talk to Zak. And the process is seamless from there. So that's awesome, man. How did Peakpoint get started? Tell us a little bit.
Peakpoint kind of got started with understanding like people are struggling with different ways. Bookkeeping, just kind of understanding what they're doing. Accounting and bookkeeping is not easy, especially for an entrepreneur, somebody who's like in the trades, who's good at plumbing or HVAC. That's what they're good at. They're not good at making sure their financials are up to date and stuff like that. And that's not their worry, because that's not what they're great at. So finding somebody that you can trust, and that's kind of like where Peakpoint came from, was we wanted to make sure we could have people that you could be trustworthy. And that's kind of how it works with any type of business. You got to find the right people to do the stuff for you. Mm-hmm. When you're owning your own business, you're not going to be able to do everything by yourself. You're going to need those people that you can trust. And that's what it comes down to, is we wanted to start something that people could trust and rely on and go to when they have questions and stuff like that, and then help them out. Yeah, we might do accounting and bookkeeping, but we're here to help grow your business. We're here to help make sure you get to the goals that you want. So we're kind of family to you in a way. So that's our main goal, is like, it's a family type of thing.
Yeah. It's awesome. And full transparency, like I believe in that message so much that when this got brought to the table and you were creating the company and going through everything, I was in. We talked about partnership deals and how can you work with us? And I was like, guys, I really like this. I want to be a part of it. So I'm equity owner in the company. I'm with you guys. I am Peakpoint, and I love that. Again, because it's a seamless connection to Contractors of Colorado, and you just hit on this perfectly. Is we're here, we're family, we're here to help grow your business, and accounting and bookkeeping is a massive part of that. But so is marketing, so is business and operations, so is estimates to bids and everything in between. Like, everything is so important. And I think that speaks to your point with the contractors of, well, why is bookkeeping something that they need to outsource? Well, one, it can be very difficult, but two, the time it takes to stay on top of this kind of stuff. And so I'll speak from my own story of working with you. We basically let you in, gave you access to the books and said, what do you see? So it was a little test. And before I even got involved with you guys, what do you see in my books? And did I hear that from my past accountants, or is this something that you were able to bring and create awareness for me? And my gosh, there's a lot of awareness created, and it was extremely eye-opening. And then that's where the trust factor comes in. That's where all of those things come in. And I couldn't be more excited to, one, be a piece of Peakpoint and help you guys and help out these contractors, but two, do it the right way and do it a way that we can trust, to the point where I want to hang my name on this so that I can fully see the experience of our customers. So I love that, man. I think it makes a ton of sense. Tell us a little bit about the service offerings of Peakpoint Accounting.
Yeah. So services are like bookkeeping, typical, just clean up. Let's look at what's going on in your daily transactions, getting that all reconciled, because having clean books, make sure that you can know what your profit and loss is. Well, how are you doing? You think you might be doing well because your bank account's a positive, but did you look at how much am I actually spending in payroll? Am I spending way too much or way too little? Finding out those type of things, that's a bookkeeping. That's a typical fee we have. It's basically, we do reconciliations, clean up your books, just make sure everything's up to date, and then give you a report and have a meeting once a month with you just to kind of show, hey, we're here to help you out. We're here to talk over what you can do. And we also don't want to just be this stagnant, hey, we gave you this, here's our stuff. Okay, we'll see you in tax time. And we talk to you 2 or 3 times a year, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, we're your family. We want to be part of that. So we want to be engaged and understand how your business is operating and growing. And then we have a kind of like a controller package. That package is where we dive deeper into your financials. We're here as your strategy. We're here to help you out on your day-to-day transactions, your day-to-day operations. We want to help grow you. If you want to go buy another vehicle, that's where we're helping you out, trying to figure out when's the best time to purchase it for you, strategizing the best opportunity, everything like that. So we are a family, but we're going to be even more family. We're not that bookkeeper is like the cousin, but then that controller package is we are your brother.
Yep.
That's hey, dude, did you think about doing this? Or
Yeah.
kind of like that older brother. It's hey, I'm going to teach you this.
Yeah.
Something that I know.
That's felt like the experience. I can't think of another time in my entrepreneurial journey that I've got to sit down with somebody who has taken the time to understand my numbers and then turned to me and went, all right, you've done this service, this service, this service. This one's making you the most amount of money. This one's not. And then this one over here, I know it's time intensive. It's very, labor intensive for you, and it's not yielding as much profit. And you're like, wait a minute. I thought that was our moneymaker. And all of a sudden you start getting these insights into things that really can, using this data from clean books, can shape the way that you make your business decisions in a way that doesn't feel like it does so often in this industry, which is shooting from the hip, making decisions. Got to make decisions quick and fast. Otherwise, we're going to get left behind. Time schedules are going to get thrown off, all of that. In this world, with these reports, I feel prepared. And I don't have to act on it, but I can. And that's the awareness alone is a beautiful thing. So thank you for doing that for us.
Yeah, no, thank you. Well, we're part of your family now.
That's right. Yeah, you sure are, man. And if you want to keep building off that, please, I've got a million questions floating around in my head here. One of the big ones is, obviously, we're speaking to our audience of contractors. What makes construction different in this world of bookkeeping and accounting?
Yeah, construction's a unique environment and a unique culture too. People think that construction's these guys that don't know what they're doing, guys women, anybody in the industry, they're like, oh, they're probably not that smart. Maybe they don't have the best education, or maybe they don't have like a higher education like you've got to be for a doctor or a lawyer. But they're some of the smartest people you ever meet too. So it's making sure that you have the right team. And why is it so cool to work with construction? Is because there's so many different aspects of construction that there are. There's plumbing, there's heating, there's air conditioning, there's electric, there's all kinds of different things. And like our main goal is to understand, and I get to sit here. I get to do all these different types of books that are different types of entities or construction type of positions in the world. But then it comes down to of like, okay, I get to learn this. And maybe I get to sit back and do the books, but then I can also kind of learn something. And that's where my main thing is I learn something new from every person I meet. Is just like in construction, a house doesn't just get built overnight. Like you can't just build a house. You've got to have different types of things to build it. So it's like you get to learn as you go. And so these people who build these houses, they don't just learn maybe framing. They learn heating, cooling, all that stuff, siding. You have all those guys involved with it, but I'm sure they all have to learn somewhat of an aspect of doing that while doing construction. That's just like what we do for books. We got to learn the whole ins and outs of everything to clean up your books, get them proper. And then guess what? Now we're able to give you strategies from tax strategy to just strategy on how to build it in a better place. So construction's like accounting in a way.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's more of a better culture, and I like working with it because it's an in and out type of thing. We're all doing something to build something successful.
Yeah.
Or great.
And just like construction, like the accumulated knowledge that you're getting on the accounting side, just like in construction, the education from a build isn't siloed to that build, meaning you don't walk off that job site after the project's completed and it's like, okay, let me take that knowledge I learned and leave it at that site and I'll go to my new one and it's a fresh project. It's through your experience sitting down with the next contractor, you get to utilize things from the last contractor that could possibly make them better. So I really love that mentality, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's our main goal in doing anything. And I love the fact that like every house that's being built or anything construction wise is new, and you're learning something new each time you're building it. And it's just like accounting.
Yeah.
I mean, going through each individual books for each company is just like, it's a new puzzle, but you learn something new that I can take on to the next one I do and help them out. And maybe a strategy I didn't think about doing for one construction company, I use it for another one because it works better for them.
No.
And so it's just helping people grow. So
that's awesome. What as you're working with these contractors, we have the privilege and the opportunity to meet a lot of these contractors at the beginning of their career, or we'll even broaden that a little bit to pivotal points in their career. Our general contractor exam prep course, for example, we get to meet contractors that are closing out being a trade specialist and starting their new chapter of being a general contractor with a license to go do projects and everything. Because we have that opportunity, I get to talk to a lot of these new men and women entering the field. What is a piece of information, a tip that you could give them, some financial advising or financial advice on what mistakes do you see the newer contractors or even some experienced ones? What mistakes do you see them make?
I love that question. I love how that is like a main thing that people are curious about. And my thing is, don't be afraid to ask the questions. I think that's where people get caught up. They're like, I can do this on my own. It's okay to ask for help. And I think in general in life too, is we're afraid to ask for help. And it's like, even the seasoned people are like, yeah, I've got this. I've been doing this for so long. We've got this. Are you sure? Like, are you sure that you have, and have you gotten the education? Have somebody actually sat down and over it with you? And that's what I'm starting to realize. A lot of people, even new to old, who've been in the industry for a long time or brand new, they don't know what they don't know. And so have you worked with somebody who has given you advice or strategy? Even if you haven't even asked a question, have they given you advice to what you're looking at? And that's our main goal too at Peakpoint, is we want to teach you. We're not here just to do your books and say, okay, here you go, and not answer any questions. Like, we want to teach you what we're doing, what you're looking at, all that stuff. And that's where I think new and old have that same problem, is they're just they don't know. And so it's okay to ask that question. If you don't know, ask.
Yeah.
And that's why Peakpoint's here, because we want to teach you and help you grow too. And that's what family does.
Yep.
You help each other out. So that's what I think the main thing is people from new to old just maybe aren't asking the right questions or understanding how to read certain things. Well, we're a family. We're going to help you out no matter what. So
That's awesome. And you do free consultations, correct? On our end, in the marketing side and the whole business operation side, we call it like a gut check. Like, hey, you could be completely confident. That's awesome. I'd still take a gut check.
Yeah.
Like, are we sure that we're doing the right thing? Well, we are, but let's bring in some external eyes and put eyes on it. And that's the way that I'm thinking about this is all these companies have books. Whether you're working with somebody or not, why not take a free opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with somebody who knows? Yeah. You might see something that their accountant and bookkeeper didn't see, and it could make a substantial change in their business operation. So awesome, man. I'm thinking about the end of the year here and 2025 coming to a close and moving into 2026 and the mentality that comes with it. It's like that refresh, turning the next page. Obviously, we all know about like new year, new me and working out and gym memberships blow up money by 100%. Okay. For the first month, right. But we know that this happens in business too. If you ever been to a networking group around this time of the year, all of a sudden the conversation changes. It's, what do you need to do to wrap up your year? What do you need to start 2026 off feeling good and fresh, and what, accomplished or goal setting becomes a big thing. At the end of the year here, starting into the next year, it seems like a lot of people start thinking about their books. And they're like, oh, the year's coming to a close. Better get all this data together and clean it all up or whatever.
Yeah.
Messy books, man. Messy books are something that we come across all the time.
Yeah.
And I think it comes back to that it's not our expertise as tradespeople. And so it kind of makes us uncomfortable. So we kind of just ignore it and we'll figure it out later. Yeah. What do you say to those people today? Camera's right there. What do you say to these people that have messy books at the end of their year? And what do you recommend to them to remedy this moving into 2026?
I mean, it's okay to have messy books. It's a typical thing. But it's the goal of trying to figure out, okay, how do I clean this up correctly? And who do I go to? Who can I rely on? And that's where Peakpoint comes in. We're that family culture. Like, you come to us maybe 3 weeks before the year ends and you're like, hey, I need my books cleaned. Okay, well, we're here to help. We want to help you get your books cleaned. We want to make sure everything's organized. And then our goal is to get them cleaned up before the end of the year, because we also want to give you strategies. Maybe you have a profit of so much. Well, here's some tax strategies. If you go out in the next week and a half before the end of the year to spend down, well, here's how much you would do to spend down to make sure you don't owe this much in taxes. I mean, it's okay to have messy books and come to us. We actually like that, because then we can give you the right tools and stuff to make sure everything's clean, everything like that. And we can teach you. So it's not just teaching, it's strategy, everything like that. So that's our main goal. So come on down. We're happy to help you. We're happy to just get you clean and give you a stress relief where you don't have to worry about having your books done by some random person that you don't know. Here's a trusted advisor. Here we are. We're family, and we want to be part of your family. So
great answer, buddy. That's a great answer. I'm going to 1-2 punch you. At what point would you recommend somebody come to you in their construction career or in their entrepreneur career or with a new business venture that they have? At what point does it make sense to start with the bookkeeper and accountant?
Yeah, it can start at any time. It can be from when you first start your business, which I would recommend if you're just getting started, or if you're 5 years into this and you're still like, I've taken it to 5 different people, and this happens all the time. I took it to 5 different accountants. I don't know what's going on, everything like that. That's where it's like, just bring it. We'll handle it. We'll deal with it, but we're going to treat you like family. And I know that previously you might not have had that same feeling, but in the end of the day, like, well, that's how we are. We're part of your business. We want to see you grow. So if it's from the beginning, go ahead and bring it. It's actually helpful to start if you start with a fresh, brand new business and you get everything from your insurance to your marketing to all that. You're growing as a business. That's great. Or if you're in 5 years in, you're like, oh, man, this isn't going to be good because you're 5 years into your business, but that doesn't mean anything. Each year, it's like turning a page, like we just said, turning a page for the new year. That's a fresh start.
Mm-hmm.
We can get things cleaned up past, but let's start fresh then. So if you're 5 years into it and we're just about the end of the year and you're wanting, like, hey, maybe I can find somebody who I can trust more than just taking it to this random person. We're here, we're a family, and we're going to start fresh. We're going to get it cleaned up, but we're also going to start fresh. We're going to show you where you're at and everything like that. So It doesn't matter either way. It's easier if you start fresh, but we can treat it as a new year, as a fresh, your brand new business. We can take it as.
Got it. So no excuses not to come have a conversation with you about what's going on inside their business.
Yeah.
Perfect. Easy. I got a couple more minutes for us here, and I got a few things that are floating around my head still. So I've shared my story before on the podcast. If you haven't seen it yet, probably just go back way to the beginning and read about it or watch that podcast. But I used to be a data analyst. Yeah, fun fact. Not a lot of people know that, but I used to be a data analyst, and I love metrics, man. I love metrics. I love data. I love good data. I love tracking it, and I love the insights that can come out of it. And one thing that I see in construction a lot is an unawareness of not just how is the data flow in and how can I make sense of it, but what should I be looking at? What data points are important? What key metrics would you say on a weekly or monthly basis are important for our contractor clients to look at?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I like that because now I'm going to educate you a little bit.
Please do.
On what's something you should look at. Your invoices, your revenue. Let's look at where you're at with revenue. Easy, simple thing. Everybody's like, oh yeah, you think your bank statements, everything you look at. Well, it's not going to give you all your answers because then you're going to look at your expenditures. You're going to look at your revenue, and then you're going to look at your expenditures. Then what the biggest thing is let's look at what's your expenditures. What's your biggest expenditure? Like people think that looking at their bank statement tells them everything that's going on with their books. It's not true. It gives you a good, accurate thing, but it's not giving you everything. Maybe you're expending way too much on payroll that you didn't think about, or you could cut down on this on certain costs, or how can you produce reoccurring revenue? I mean, that's the things that like we can point out very easily that I can teach people like, hey, if we do this, this could be a reoccurring revenue. So not just looking at expenses and revenue in your bank statement, that's not going to give you everything. Let's look at more of that. And then depreciation, kind of teaching you on that, like net income, all that stuff. Just giving you the simple things. So like when you're looking at a P&L, you're going to go straight to the bottom and go, okay, where are we at? Well, let's not just look at just the bottom number. Let's look at what else is on there. And so there's the revenue side. Where are you getting different revenue? And like I said, where's the reoccurring revenue? We can go see where the reoccurring revenue is. So let's figure that out too. So your services or reoccurring revenue is one thing, and then expenditures. Just kind of understanding where are you at with individual spending. Are you spending a lot on your credit card? And so your expenditures are very high on certain things? Or is your payroll very low, but you're spending a lot on material? Like we can just look at that from looking at a P&L. And that's just simple things you can teach and you can just circle and highlight. And I think I've learned this is you got to have fun in life. So my thing is, let's put emojis on reports. Like what looks good? What's like that rock star look? Like you're doing great in this revenue line.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, well, this is pretty bad. Let's do the poop emoji because, man, this doesn't look very good.
You color code it for me. Yep.
It's like, who wouldn't want to see a report that has some emojis, has some emotion on the
right
page? Like that gives you an understanding. It's a better, easier way to read stuff. Because what if you're not good at looking at numbers? Now you've got pictures and it makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to teach people is like, here's this emoji of this fire, awesome rock star. Here you're doing great.
Right.
And then guess what? There's that poop emoji. Well, what's that poop emoji mean? Oh, okay. Now I understand what's going on. So
yeah. I'm trying to make the financial reports a little more palatable to our audience.
Nobody wants to see a boring number with numbers on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in that boat. Let's put it this way. I'm not a data analyst anymore for good reason. It was not the life I wanted to live. Well, that's awesome, man. I appreciate the time you spent. Two, I think, piggyback off of that last statement of yours is we had the opportunity to sit down and go over a full quarterly report because we jumped in with you at the end of a quarter and it worked out smoothly that way. And while we were doing that, you asked me some specific questions about what was important to me and what things did I want to understand. And it was cool because it wasn't a, hey, let's go through this report and point out different things that you want to track. It was, let's take a step back, push the paper to the side. What's important to you in your business? What feels like, what's keeping you up at night? What's making you uncomfortable when you think about your books? Okay, great. Let's address that first. Here's a few other key metrics that we can look at. And now in those reports that I get, in addition to the emojis that I enjoy very much, I know where to look because you know what I'm looking for. And so that just makes everything easier when I can go, oh, I know that I care about this because Zach and I talked about it and he told me, based on what I'm saying, that this metric represents what it is that I feel uncertain about. So when I'm feeling this uncertainty, I can go to the report and maybe, although I don't have a full understanding of every single line item, the pieces that I need to know, you've educated me on how to understand them. So thank you for that. Thank you for taking care of Contractors of Colorado. We appreciate you. We're pumped to have you here, man. I think just having a trusted partner, obviously, this is extremely intimate for all the members of our community, is bookkeeping, finances, understanding how their business is doing, all of that. So to have a trusted partner here, welcome to the community, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Of course, man. I always like to end them this way. Do you have anything else you wanted to come in today and share with the audience that maybe you didn't get an opportunity to speak about?
I mean, we're just here. I mean, Peakpoint's a family and Andrew's part of this family, and you're lucky enough to start a bigger family with Contractors Colorado. Had grown to many, I think 23,000 if I remember correctly. I mean, that's my main thing is like, we're a family, like from day in, day out. Yeah, we might be dealing with financials and it's very sensitive information, but when you come in here and you meet with us, you're already part of our family. So like, that's my main thing is I want to show that we are family first, and then we can work together to get what you want in your goals and ambitions, and who knows what else you want. The sky's the limit. I mean,
hey,
there we go.
I love it, man. I appreciate you sharing that message because I mean, the rest of the community knows that's it. That's what we're trying to accomplish together with our resources and professionalism and sharing knowledge that has for some reason been taboo in this construction industry. We're going to break down those walls. This is a new era of construction in Colorado, and the family aspect and the sharing of resources, the understanding each other, and the understanding that together we're all better. That's our goal. That's the mission of the organization. That's the mission of this business. So I think we're completely aligned there. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing some thoughts with us. Everybody, if you're not a member already, check out the Contractors of Colorado membership, contractorsofcolorado.com/membership. It'll go through all of our benefits. If you're not already a member there, I highly recommend it because we are going to be posting this podcast as well as a full educational lesson on bookkeeping. We'll put a full series in there going over frequently asked questions and different things like that with Zach. So it'll all be bookkeeping specific with our partner so that you know that you can trust the information, and that's going to live inside our member portal. So don't be afraid to sign up for this membership. One of the benefits is you're going to get learning lessons, and one of those learning lesson sections is going to be all about bookkeeping and accounting, so that if you're not ready for whatever reason to set up a meeting and a consultation with Zach, perfect. You at least get some information to where you can make educated decisions. So everybody, that's it for today. Thank you again, Zach, for being here. Appreciate you, man. And it's great to have you around the office. Everybody, please, if you need anything for your books, or even if you don't, again, we do the complimentary gut checks. Zach here will sit down and go through your books and take a look and just educate you on whatever he can. Easy dude to talk to, ton of fun to be around. So that's it for today, everybody. Thank you again. Shout out to our sponsors, Builders Outlet, Business Foundry, and our newest partner, Lendio, for all your lending needs. All right, everybody, I'll see you next time.